I'm a huge fan of titanium everyday carry gear. It probably stems from my love of like ultralight outdoor backpacking, but I wanted to challenge myself for today's video to do an entirely titanium everyday carry setup. So that is what we've got today, made for some interesting challenges and picks for the gear. So without any further ado, let's dive straight into it with the pen. I've tested and used a few different titanium pens over the years. I'm not a huge pen nerd, but definitely appreciate the quality and the design of them. This one here is from Bastion. It's their bolt action pen. This has been my main pen for the bulk of this year, and I've been really happy with it. They have a ton of choices on their website. The total length comes out to 5.25 inches. What really stood out with this one compared to some of the others I've tried is the thickness. It's almost half an inch thick, so not quite as thick as like that bolt action marker I've been talking about in a few videos recently, but definitely a lot thicker than most of the other pens I've used. And I think I do like the feel of the thicker pens. I was a little hesitant when I first got it, but like 6 months later now, and I have really grown to enjoy how this holds and how it writes for like extended sessions. Because it's titanium, it comes in at 1.6 ounces. It works with G2 style cartridges, which is great. My one concern with this compared to some of the others that I've tested and used, like the Mark Smith titanium marker that converts into a pen, or I'm a huge fan of the Modern Fuel pen. This has a 30-day money-back guarantee, but I didn't find any information about a warranty on their website. So that was a little unfortunate to find. You know, Modern Fuel, I think, has a 100-year warranty, and Soul Built has, you know, a lifetime warranty with their marker. So usually, you know, these higher priced, you know, nicer quality pens are going to have some sort of long-term warranty like that. And I always like to look for that when I'm recommending or talking about products. So be warned, there is no warranty that I was able to find on their website, but if that's something you're not really minding, it is really nice, and it's a little bit less expensive than some of the other pens I've tried with kind of similar specs in this category. Moving into pocket knives, I'm not sure if this counts entirely because I did build this one out myself, but this is the Benchmade bug out with the Flytanium titanium scales added in. Swapping out the scales for this was super easy though, and I actually saw on Blade HQ's website that they have this exact combination to buy with the Flytanium scales already put in. So if you do like this combo and setup, I would definitely recommend it. It's one of my favorite knives and probably one of the nicer knives that I have that I've talked about on the channel. The bug out uses a drop point S30V steel for the blade, and it's about 3¼ inch blade and about 7½ inches in total length. Just a huge fan of the bug out. It has a great feel. It's really nice and lightweight. The titanium scales give it this great premium feel. This design that they have on the scales here makes it look super premium. I think they call it crossfade. It looked really cool when I picked it up out of the few options that they had. They use a pretty simple thumb stud opener. It's made in the USA. All in all, just a real favorite of mine and definitely worthy of the higher price point compared to a lot of the knives that I talk about on the channel. Unfortunately, I don't think anyone makes titanium backpacks or sling bags, so I want to take a minute to thank Osprey for sponsoring this week's video and sending me out their Arcane Rolltop backpack for me to test out and show to all of you. I've been a big fan of Osprey for a very long time. I'm an avid outdoor backpacker, and Osprey is just so synonymous with backpacking and outdoor gear. Up until this point though, I haven't tried any of their everyday carry or travel type of backpacks, and I was really impressed with this the past month or so of testing and using it. It's a 22-liter capacity Rolltop backpack, comes in right about 1.6 pounds. It uses a 500D recycled polyester. It's actually made from 12.5 plastic bottles. It's blue sign approved too, which is great. On top of being recycled though, the fabric just has a really great durable and sturdy feel. They've also DWR coated the fabric with a PFC free DWR that's durable water repellent, so you get the water repellency without all of the unnecessary harsh chemicals for the environment. But all in all, design-wise, it's just really clean design. All of the stitching is impeccable. The quality just feels top of the top, exactly what I hoped for and expected from Osprey. Quick rundown of the layout and organization. You have a little stash pocket on the front here, which is excellent, but you have, similar to an outdoor backpack, with the Rolltop, you have a really great stash pocket here if you want to put a raincoat or any sort of quick access type of items. All aluminum hardware on here as well, which is great. Also on the outside, one of my favorite features is this water bottle pocket. It's actually a stretchy mesh water bottle pocket, so you don't really disrupt the cleaner lines of the exterior, but you still do have exterior access to your water, which was really cool to see. I haven't really seen anyone else doing that. It's a pretty simple interior. You have a 16-inch padded laptop sleeve, which is great. All in all, the testing process for this has been excellent. Super comfortable bag, really great quality construction and materials. Osprey has their almighty guarantee, which I am so excited about for this. They have a few different colors available aside from this one. That was my favorite on the website. Be sure to check the link in the description below. Huge thanks again to Osprey for sponsoring this week's video. Let's dive into the next item here. Moving on, we've got our wallet next, and the obvious choice seemed to be the Ridge Titanium wallet. I know this is a long-standing favorite of the community, and I've generally not been a big fan of hard wallets personally. That's why I haven't had the chance to test and try this out yet. So I've had it for a few weeks now and have been testing it, and honestly, my opinions of hard wallets are still the same. Just not personally a big fan of them. Objectively though, this has been a pretty solid choice here. I picked up the Stonewashed Titanium variant. It comes in at 2.5 ounces. The build quality is really excellent here. I've yet to find any issues or flaws or anything. I definitely understand the appeal because it is really well made. That being said, functionally for me, it's just a little difficult to use, and I don't necessarily see the appeal from a function standpoint. It'll hold up to 12 cards, which is great. I've been carrying it with about 4. You have a lifetime warranty on here, which is really great. It's RFID blocking. The one potential downside here, it's $125 for this. Definitely on the top end of the wallets I have talked about on the channel here. Definitely have some that come close, so I'm not giving too much crap for that price point, but definitely not a cheap wallet by any means. So if you do like hard wallets, I think this is probably as good as it gets. For me, I'm going to be switching back to my Reform wallet that I've been using on and off for a while. I've got a few that I cycle through, but that is my current favorite. But I'm glad I finally got the chance to test and try this. If you're a big fan of the Ridge wallet, let me know in the comments how the functionality works for you. I'd love to hear about that. One thing I did want to do though for this, while we're still on that wallet category, if you want to save some money and still stick with the titanium theme, something simple like this. I found this on Amazon. It was just some random brand. The notes I have here, it's called the Nubarco money clip. This is just a really simple titanium money clip. If you want to just clip in a few of your cards and go about your day and keep a really simple, lightweight carry, this weighs like a few grams, and I think was pretty inexpensive as well. So that would be a really good alternative if you don't want to, break the bank and pick up one of these. But aside from my personal objections on this, I definitely understand the quality is really great. If you're into hard wallets, that would be a solid choice to pick up. So the next category was a key organizer, and I ran into a few snags here. My first thought was to get the matching Ridge key organizer because I hadn't tried that yet. Unfortunately, they were out of stock of the Stonewashed Titanium version for the past month or so when I've been planning and prepping for this video. There was another option as well that I really wanted to check out from Quiet Carry. I've had my eye on them for quite some time. They were also out of stock, unfortunately. I found a couple of other organizers. There's one from Keybar, but I just thought it was really ugly and kind of expensive and just knew I wasn't going to like it, so I didn't want to pitch in the cash for it to test and just have another product I don't like. So I got a little creative here, and I found this sort of swivel keychain. So this is kind of going a little more classic with the keychain, but with a bit of an elevated twist, so to speak. This is from Key Unity. It's their swivel keychain. What really drew me to this compared to just normal key ring, it uses this kind of D ring on here. So I figured you could put all of the keys in a row and it would kind of act act like a key organizer. I have 4 keys in here and there's a little too much slippage. I think, 5 keys would probably be the max, but if you want something a little bit simpler, a little bit less expensive, I've actually been using this for a couple weeks and it's been okay. It's not nearly as good as my Jimin organizer, but I do like the lightweight titanium aspect of this. And I like that, if you have a car fob for your car, you could put it on the other side and kind of be all set up here. I was super disappointed to not be able to get my hands on the Ridge one or the Quiet Carry one. If anyone has used either of those, let me know in the comments. Are they worth picking up and checking out for a future video? The idea of the Quiet Carry one having a built-in blade seems really fascinating to me, and I've been wanting to grab that for quite some time to test out. So let me know if you tried it. And next up for a flashlight, I've got the NW Vaughn A4 titanium, a little pocket keychain flashlight here. This was a category with a ton of options already, so I'd love to hear if you have any titanium flashlight recommendations, but I've had really good luck with NW Vaughn stuff for a while now, so I thought this would be a good choice to pick up. It's really small and lightweight, comes in at 24 grams. It's about 2.4 inches, about 60 millimeters long, so just really compact, good for a little keychain or something like that. Easy to throw into a sling bag. For how tiny it is though, it gets up to 650 lumens, which is plenty for me. It has a 330 milliamp hour battery with USB-C charging. Really great. You have a little charging light indicator on there. All in all, just a really solid flashlight. NW Vaughn has always been consistent for me with the handful that I've tried over the past couple of years. So yeah, if this size and form factor works well for you, definitely worth checking out and picking up if you need a new flashlight. I tend to do this with the specialty, challenge type of everyday carry loadouts. I couldn't get through without something a little silly and goofy. Found this a while back on Amazon and just immediately thought of it when I was building out the kit. This is a little titanium toothpick. It's called the TI pick. Use case is pretty self-explanatory. It weighs under 3 grams. The total length here, I believe, is 55 millimeters. Before I got it, I wasn't sure how this was going to work for sanitary reasons, but yeah, it unscrews and closes into itself, so you could just keep this on the keychain if you ever need a toothpick for some reason. I'm not personally a toothpick user, but I just thought this was a neat little extra item if anyone is. This would probably be the way to go. So that's kind of the bulk of the main loadout. I wanted to include kind of a substitutions, additions, extra type of category because, I know some would argue this might not be fully complete. Another option I've talked about recently that didn't quite fit here was this NW Vaughn carabiner. It's the U4 Pro. It's a little multi-tool built into a carabiner. Super fascinating. I can put the link to kind of more info about that if anyone's interested. I debated picking up a watch. I've had my eye on for quite some time for this. Timex makes the Expedition North titanium field watch. It's a great looking watch. I don't personally own it and I haven't tested it, but I've seen a few review videos for it and people do seem to love it. I love the look and style of it, but I have my Benrus field watch and I have, kind of a cheaper Expedition Scout, so it felt a bit redundant for the collection, but that would be a great titanium watch if anyone is in the market. I also know I'm missing a water bottle here. I checked around a bit and couldn't find any, full titanium water bottles that really fit the bill for what I wanted. I found some really cool flask-sized water bottles, but no big ones. If anyone has any recommendations, let me know. I will be happy to check them out. I'd also love to hear, what your titanium gear is looking like. Let's get a good discussion going in the comments, but thank you all so much for watching. Thank you for the patience with the delay too. Unfortunately, my cat needed to get surgery again. So I've been helping him with recovery, but he's recovering well and we're coming out of it now. So upload should be back to normal for the foreseeable future. Thank you all so much for watching and I'll talk to you in the next one.